trial!
UK trial or no trial! Free Gary!
Gary McKinnon. Few people have heard his name, but he's accused of hacking into computers belonging to the Pentagon, NASA and US Armed Forces, allegedly accessing highly confidential data around 7 years ago. For the past 4 years, he and his family have been fighting in British courts an extradition order to the US. Some people in Britain have taken his plight close to their hearts, along with his parents.
It's been too long. It's been almost 7 years, and to be honest, it's extremely hard for all of us. We think about it 24 hours a day, and we were always a happy, outgoing family, and every day now I wake up with you're gripped by terror, and Gary's terrified, he's become depressed, he's become introverted, he's a vegetarian, he's a pacifist, he's a musician, we're musicians. It's the furthest thing from a terrorist you could possibly get.
Prosecutors say McKinnon caused up to $700,000 worth of damage, while the 42-year-old claims he was searching for evidence of the existence of UFOs. He has also been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome.
I myself, I've been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome 3 years ago, and I have 2 children on autistic spectrum. And I feel that Gary's been persecuted for having a disability. His obsessive-compulsive disorder and obsession with aliens and UFOs got him into trouble. He could not stop. He went further than he should have done. He broke the law without realizing it. Of course, you shouldn't condone people breaking the law, but you have to also take into consideration that this is not an ordinary man we're talking about. We're talking about vulnerable autistic adults.
In recent months, campaigners argued that McKinnon should be tried in the UK because of his medical condition.
What chances to go over there? 60-year minimum. Who's going to live another 60 years? I won't. He won't. No chance. He should be tried here.
The UK's controversial extradition treaty with the United States has been widely criticised for being unbalanced and not requiring the US to provide any proof for its extradition requests.
When they signed the extradition treaty, they sold us down the line. They sold a British citizen down the line, undoubtedly.
Gary's attorney says the act was aimed at terrorists to make extradition easier between the two countries.
And I said the irony of it is that's not what happens, because people like the NatWest 3 go, but people who are accused of terrorism essentially don't go, because we don't send people to Guantanamo Bay because we accept that that's a breach of their human rights. So the whole purpose of it really has just been completely defeated, and people like Gary and the NatWest 3 suffer as a result of that.
The NatWest 3 are 3 British businessmen who gained notoriety in 2004 as the most prominent target of the then-new extradition treaty. They were sentenced in the United States to 37 months in prison for wire fraud. Gary McKinnon could face up to 70 years if tried in the US.
How can a treaty be one-sided?
How can a treaty be one-sided?
Evidence must be provided!
Evidence must be provided!
The judicial review at the High Court next month will finally decide Gary McKinnon's fate, and no matter what sentence he gets, the main question now is whether he is to become yet another person to serve his time in a US jail. Daria Pushkova, RT, London.